ever seen an AI video and thought, something's just off? You're not alone. It's a feeling we're all getting used to. A kind of digital weirdness that's hard to put your finger on. We're living in a fascinating time, watching artificial intelligence learn to create videos. And the results are often stunning, sometimes hilarious, and occasionally a little bit creepy. This phenomenon has a name: the Uncanny Valley. It's that strange place where something looks almost human, but a few small imperfections make it feel unsettling. Today, we're diving deep into why AI videos still feels weird. We'll explore the science behind the Uncanny Valley, break down the specific tells that give AI away, and even peek into the future to see if AI will ever truly master the art of being human on screen. So, what exactly is this Uncanny Valley? The term was coined back in the 1970s by a robotics professor named Masahiro Mori. He noticed that as robots looked more and more human, our emotional response to them became more positive, but only up to a certain point. When a robot or an animation becomes almost perfectly human-like, but not quite, our affection plummets into a valley of unease or even revulsion. Think of a cartoon character we know it's not real, and we're fine with it. Now think of a photorealistic animation where the eyes don't quite blink right, or the smile doesn't reach the cheeks. That's the Uncanny Valley. It triggers a primal part of our brain that's excellent at detecting social cues. And when those cues are wrong, alarm bells start ringing. It feels like we're looking at something that should be alive, but isn't. Now, let's apply this to the new wave of AI video generators. These tools are incredible feats of technology, capable of turning a simple text prompt into moving images, but they still get tripped up by the subtle complexities of the real world. One of the biggest giveaways is movement. Real-world physics is incredibly complicated. How a fabric drapes over a chair, how water splashes, how a person's hair moves in the wind, these are things we see every day. So we have an intuitive understanding of how they should work. AI, on the other hand, is still learning these rules. You might see a person walking, but their gait is just a little too smooth. Or their limbs move in a way that lacks the natural weight and momentum of a real body. It's like watching a puppet with invisible strings that don't quite obey the laws of gravity. Then there are the hands and faces. Our brains are hardwired to pay extremely close attention to human faces and hands. They are our primary tools for communication and expression. And this is where AI often stumbles. You've probably seen the memes. AI-generated people with 6 fingers, or hands that seem to melt into objects. Why does this happen? Well, human hands are incredibly complex structures with a huge range of motion. AI models are trained on vast datasets of images, but they don't have a fundamental understanding of anatomy. They know what a hand generally looks like, but they struggle with the specifics of how fingers should bend and interact. It's like trying to draw a hand from memory without ever studying the bones and muscles underneath. Faces are even trickier. AI is getting scarily good at creating realistic faces, but the Uncanny Valley lives in the A genuine smile involves the crinkling of the eyes, known as a Duchenne smile. A fake or AI-generated smile might only involve the mouth, and our subconscious picks up on that inconsistency immediately. Blinking is another dead giveaway. Humans blink about 15 to 20 times a minute, but it's not random. We blink at natural pauses in conversation or thought. AI-generated characters might blink too often, not enough, or at awkward moments, breaking the illusion of life. Their eyes might not track objects in a scene realistically, or they might hold a single expression for just a little too long, turning a friendly gaze into an unsettling stare. It's these tiny, almost imperceptible errors that push us into the Uncanny Valley. Another major factor is the interaction between objects and characters in a scene. In the real world, everything interacts. If you pick up a glass of water, your fingers conform to its shape. Light reflects off its surface, and the water inside sloshes around. AI has to simulate all of this. Often, it gets it partially right, but misses the subtle details. An object might pass through another object slightly, or a shadow might fall in the wrong direction. Or think about a conversation between 2 AI-generated people. Their interaction might feel stilted. They might not make proper eye contact or react to each other as emotional cues in a natural way. They exist in the same space, but they don't feel truly connected. Each element is rendered beautifully on its own, but the synthesis, the grand illusion of a coherent world, falls apart under scrutiny. The audio component is a whole other can of worms. AI voice generation has come a long way, but it often lacks prosody, the natural rhythm, stress, and intonation of human speech. An AI voice might pronounce every word perfectly, but it won't have the subtle emotional shifts, the pauses for thought, or the slight imperfections that make a human voice so engaging. When you pair an uncanny video with an uncanny voice, the effect is multiplied. The visual and auditory weirdness reinforces each other, making the whole experience feel even more artificial and disconnected from reality. It's like watching a badly dubbed foreign film where the lip movements don't match the dialogue. So, will AI video always feel this way? Will we be forever stuck in the uncanny valley? Probably not. The pace of technological advancement is staggering. The AI models of today are leagues ahead of where they were just a year ago. As these systems are trained on more data and with more sophisticated algorithms, they will get better at understanding physics, anatomy, and human behavior. They'll learn the nuances of a genuine smile, the physics of a splashing wave, and the cadence of natural conversation. The tells we can spot today, like six-fingered hands, might be a distant memory in a few years. The goal for many developers is to cross the uncanny valley and reach the other side, where AI-generated content is indistinguishable from reality. This is sometimes called the second peak on Maury's graph. Once the imperfections are gone, our positive emotional response returns, because there's no longer anything to feel off about. But this raises some profound questions. What happens when we can no longer tell the difference between what's real and what's AI? The potential for misinformation and manipulation is enormous, and it's a challenge we'll have to confront as a society. For now, though, we're in this fascinating, slightly awkward transitional phase. These weird AI videos are not just technological curiosities. They're a mirror reflecting our own humanity back at us. They highlight just how incredibly complex and nuanced we are. Every subtle expression, every intuitive movement, every slight imperfection that AI struggles to replicate is a testament to the miracle of being human. The uncanny valley isn't a flaw in the AI. It's a feature of our own perception, a sign that our brains are working exactly as they should, protecting us by spotting what isn't quite right. So the next time you see an AI video and get that weird feeling, take a moment to appreciate it. You are not just watching a piece of technology. You're experiencing a fundamental aspect of what it means to be human. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the uncanny valley of AI. A topic that only going to become more relevant as this technology continues to evolve. What are some of the weirdest AI videos you've seen? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. And if you enjoyed this video and want to explore more fascinating topics at the intersection of technology and humanity, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.